Join me and Robbie for Victory League Metaverse to watch Game for Ukraine.
Yo, listen up. This is going to be huge. The Game for Ukraine charity football match kicks off this Saturday, the 5th of August at 5:45 p.m. We're talking about a full-on game with big names from the world of football on the pitch. I'm going to be there and other AFTV influencers are going to be joining in, and you can come and meet them all digitally. Let's make a difference together. Click the link in the description right now and get involved. This is going to be big.
Right, I'm here with James, Arsenal's fifth pre-season, the final game, it could be said. We have got the game against Man City, the Community Shield on Sunday, but to all intents and purposes, the final pre-season game. If I could just get your overall thoughts, 1-1 draw today against a decent Monaco side, but I'll owe it to you. What do you think?
Well, again, nothing to overreact about because it's pre-season, because Arteta's trying new things and because there's new combinations in there. We didn't have Zinchenko, so Timber's doing that role. We know Xhaka's left, so Rice was doing that role today. Tomiyasu started at right back, where it would normally be Ben White. Gabriel wasn't in the team, it was Kivior. Eddie led the line for the injured Jesus. And then Vieira's on the right for Saka. And not only is he not as good as Saka, but he's a very different style of right winger as well. So it was still quite far from our first 11, but unfortunately we're also getting to the point where the squad needs to be good enough. So we need to be able to make changes to see better than what we did today. It's pre-season. We're waiting for, the cohesion that this Arsenal team showed for much of last season. We didn't get enough of that today at all. There were some moments, there were some flashes from some players, but ultimately it's not been a great pre-season. I was hoping that this game we'd see something similar to Sevilla last season, where we blow a team away at home and everything's sort of coming together and we're seeing, okay, this is the vision for the new season. And whether it's by design or not, this felt still a little bit too experimental for me. So there's a lot of questions going into the game against Man City on Sunday. Hopefully then we finally start to get some answers about what Arteta's real vision for this Arsenal team this season looks like.
Yeah, that's a good assessment. I mean, 1-1, it wasn't a great game, it has to be said. But if you're looking in terms of positives for the manager, where would you start?
Okay, I know Declan Rice is a £105 million signing, so he's going to be judged like Zidane every time he goes out on the pitch. Is what can you do, 105 million? But I think knowing that to a degree, no matter how much you come for, no matter what age you are, how good you are, there's going to be, even if it's a short, there's going to be some kind of bedding in period. I mean, we're used to Jesus and Zinchenko walking in and making it look like they've been, running things at Arsenal for the last 10 years. But Rice has come in today. It's his first start at the Emirates. And I thought, while he wasn't brilliant, a few loose touches, a few heavy passes, let's be honest, there were some moments where he didn't show the kind of class and composure that we know he's got. He also showed bursts, he showed moments. And, don't underestimate what a little underlap, and a left-footed whipped ball into the box or a lifted ball to the back post. He did that twice, both in the space of a couple minutes. So he's got that ability. That's going to help Martinelli a lot, and it's good to see he could do that. And I actually felt the balance with him and Partey wasn't too bad. We were cut through a few too many times. It tended to happen on Declan Rice's side, but generally I thought he did okay. What I really liked was the burst where Tomiyasu plays a little bit of a hospital pass. I thought it was the Smith Rowe, but he's got it wrong. But actually, he keeps it alive, Declan Rice, by just winning the ball and on his first touch, darting into the box. And if it's not for a great block, he's putting us 1-0 up and he's getting his first Arsenal goal. So I thought he did okay. Other positives, Timber looks really good just wherever he plays, and we haven't seen him at centre-back yet, where he played all of last season. So he's going to have a bit of a free role on this back four and look very good. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, I've been online in the comment section, arguing with people about Fabio Vieira. I thought he looked fine. But is that a positive? Is Arteta going to come away from that and feel like Vieira has, is wrestling his way into the starting 11? I don't think that. But I thought he looked more comfortable on the right, and he didn't look like the reason moves were breaking down, whereas maybe in other games he's looked a little bit like he's stuck out. But I thought he looked fine and sort of kept things moving. That's probably the most in terms of positives, and we didn't lose.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Ramsdale save a penalty on that.
Finally. I've got to ask you about Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
He captained the side today. A lot of people raised eyebrows at that, including myself. I thought it was a nice gesture from the manager. I actually thought personally that Eddie had a decent game, and I thought he took his goal well. I would have added him to my list of positives. What do you think about that?
Well, this is the way I'd say it with Eddie Nketiah. If he delivered that performance on a day where Arsenal were flying and playing their brilliant football and carving teams open, I'd say he wasn't good enough. I'd say that wasn't good enough. But when the Arsenal team have been poor, and if the Arsenal team have been poor, that means the build-up and the supply to the striker won't have been good enough. I actually appreciate seeing someone who is trying to get his body in the way, trying to turn past defenders, trying to drive into space, trying to keep loose balls and bad passes alive, and then gets a goal when actually we haven't played well, and he's got something out of, a cross into the box to actually save us the embarrassment of losing that game and then going another game in pre-season with a defeat. So I'll give him credit for all that, because like I said, if you're giving a rating out of 10, he's getting nowhere near the 8s, 9s, 10s for me. But if you're kind of rewarding endeavour and drive and hard work, then I'll give him that, because I didn't see that from everyone else. I'm not saying others didn't work hard. I'm not saying others didn't, try. I think everyone tried, but I think everyone tried in a more, what's Arteta wanting me to do? Where should I stand? What's the right pass? Where do I need to be? It almost looked a little too calculated, a little too mechanical in some ways. Just players going through the motions, trying to just sort of, what's my role here? What should I be doing? Whereas with Eddie, whether Arteta will like it or not, I saw Eddie scrapping at least. I saw Eddie trying to, just through sheer, just like, Sunday football. And I mean that in a complimentary way. Just like, we're losing, let me try and get us in the game. And it doesn't mean I think he was brilliant, but I just actually appreciated seeing a different level of intensity from him than I saw from most other players. So, I'll give Eddie credit for that. And like I said, he got the goal for sure.
And just finally, just to end then, so the 5 pre-season games, I think we got 2 draws, 2 wins and a loss to Man United. Overall, what's your sense of optimism going into this Community Shield game against City on Sunday, which we spoke about it on air, James, myself and you. We both believe that is an important game. There's a trophy on the line, and also it sends a big signal for the rest of the season. So your thoughts going into that Community Shield game on Sunday?
My thoughts. It is, okay, so it is still 10 days till we begin our Premier League campaign. That's still quite a lot of time for Arteta to address whatever he wants to address. I think it's worth saying that, because it feels like the start of the season is just around the corner, and it is in some ways, but we don't actually play Nottingham Forest till Saturday. Hopefully Jesus and Zinchenko are fine. We know Saka didn't get any minutes, and I've read some rumours that he might have not been 100% or not able to play today. So let's hope all that stuff within 10 days. There's plenty of time to sort itself out. In terms of the Community Shield and how much I treat that as a serious competition, look, it's like I said on the stream, for me it's not a friendly, because for me, every time I've watched the Community Shield, whether Arsenal are in it or not, I always see a different level of intensity and a different level of bite to it. And, I want to win it, but it's also not a major trophy. And I see players, when they do win it, they celebrate it. They pop champagne and they take the pictures and all that. And I think as critics of the game, we have no right to tell the players what they can and can't celebrate. If they want to enjoy it and they treat it seriously, cool. I'll ride that with them, and I want them to win it. In terms of how prepped we are for the game, look, Man City are the treble winners. I was just saying that I don't think they've been brilliant in their pre-season from just looking at results. I can't say I've watched them, so maybe I'm being a bit too harsh there. And we know they've lost a few key players as well. But I don't think Arsenal are looking quite undercooked going into this. In fact, Turkish made a great point. Arteta was cooking something nice. There's the analogy he used. Will he get it right, or will he overcook it? And then £65 million signings like Havertz might be an example of overcooking, trying too many things, playing Timber right back and left back, playing Havertz in the 8 when he's not played there before, Rice playing 6 and 8. That can suggest maybe trying a little bit too much and overdoing it a little bit. Let's see. Arteta has taken us so far as a team, and it's just that next step to actually winning the league now. I'm going to trust him. I feel like we're under-prepped going into that game on Sunday, but I thoroughly believe in Arteta and I trust what he's doing. Let's just hope he gets it right. Am I feeling uber confident? No, but sometimes you need patience in life. I'm willing to be patient, and I'm just willing to see how this looks on Sunday, but more importantly, come Saturday, start the Premier League season.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.